Who do you think you are? I am! Hi strangers, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another episode of Steve's Dangits, where we take a look at the biggest dangits from around the NHL over the past week. They can be bloopers, they can just be little oopsies, probably goalies just misplaying the puck. So let's take a look at the biggest dangits from around the NHL over the past week so we can escape the dangits of our everyday lives. I'm doing fine. Why? Are you fine? What's first? It's a play by Stahl? Which one? Jordan! He said Jordan, no one's there. You ever think you got it and then you don't? In this game between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers, Sergei Bobrovsky thinks he's got it. But he doesn't, so his teammates decide to help out.
Tippett off the corner as it took a crazy bounce, and Tippett cut across, but lost the handle before he could put a shot on Mrazek, and now Stahl. He starts the motor, throws one right on, it gets through Bobrovsky, and now they score! Stahl's shot.
With his wily veteran experience against a hot goaltender, there's still no such thing as a bad shot. Well outside the dots. On the glove side, Bobrovsky cannot squeeze it. Looks like he's going to be okay, and then off the left skate of Gudas.
Oh no, there's a lot to unpack there. Jordan Stahl takes a shot on Sergei Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky gets a piece of it, but it trickles by him. Now, would this have crossed the line if there was no one there? I'm not totally sure. I mean, there's a lot of snow. You never know when a puck in the crease is just gonna die and sit there. You ever heard of the term, too many cooks in the kitchen? This is the best non-kitchen related example I've ever seen. Radko Gudas scooping the puck off the line, the hero that the Panthers needed, and his own teammate Owen Tippett hits it into the net with a skate. And it was in the third period, and it was a tie game, and then later in the game, Jordan Stahl scores from basically the same spot on the empty net. Coming up next, the trio of David Pastrnak, Brad Marchand, and Patrice Bergeron has been referred to as the perfection line. Well, Bergeron, not so perfect on this one. Here he is in overtime.
Bergeron's one-timer. Sanheim kills it with his skate, and the big defenseman goes around Bergeron and scores! Travis Sanheim got Patrice Bergeron to catch an edge and rifles it high stick side to win it for Philadelphia in overtime.
There's that little contact right there in the hold. Marchand trying to pull away. He's going to get held down after the shot blocked by Sanheim. Both players knowing one wants to get into the play, the other wants to prevent it. Tempers flared, but the opposite end of the ice was the game-winning goal by Sanheim. It's a huge win. Okay, you only pick up 1 point on the Bruins, but you get what you came in here to get, which was 2 points. Every point matters right now.
Watching Patrice Bergeron fall down and essentially cost his team the game is like watching Superman spill his coffee. Sure, it happens to everyone, but I never thought it happened to him. Before we focus too much on Bergeron, can we take a look at Marchand behind the play? Oh, look! Oh, I'm being interfered with! Look at all the interference going on to me and not by me! I think the most mystifying about this isn't just that Bergeron fell down, it's that he didn't break up the play, send the puck up ice, and then Marchand scores the game winner after that. That's Marchand in a nutshell, essentially practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and then looking for a call. But far away from that play, it's Sammy Morin coming in on Patrice Bergeron. I mean, I know who I'd take in that matchup, and I'd be wrong. Bergeron stumbles. Apparently it happens to the actual best of us. Morin scores. That's the end of the game. You might even call it a dang it. Mwah. To perfection. Yes, I'm still contractually obligated to refer to him as daddy, but that is a daddy dang it. Our next dang it happens to happen in a game between the Colorado Avalanche and the Minnesota Wild, but it has happened in essentially every single game this season. See if you can spot it.
His drop pass back to Graves. Great chance here. Now they score. Saad beats Talbot.
You see Cale Makar's skill on display. Brings the puck up the ice. Wild can't catch up to him. Plays broken and continues. They just throw it on the net, and then Saad does a good job. Cross-check right in front of Spurgeon, in front of the net. As a forward, well, I tell you what, if I was Spurgeon, I'd be upset. But of course, there were plenty of times where...
Okay, if I'm an NHL coach and my players aren't cross-checking guys on the other team every shift, I have the right to ask why. Because you're allowed. Oh, it's definitely written in the rules that it's not allowed, but like, if it's called differently, then that's what it is. In the National Hockey League, cross-checking is allowed. It is. If your team ever gets a penalty for it, ask why. Why this one? Why is this so special? This one? And like, listen, this isn't one of those calls, oh, just call the rule book. Listen, Players get away with stuff every single shift, but generally speaking, stuff that affects possession of the puck gets called. What do you call this? It's not a push-off, it's not with his gloves, it is a cross-check right to a vulnerable part of a player, knocking him down so you can get the puck and score a goal. But it's okay though, the ref was really far away. Oh wait, no, he was right there! He's right there! What are you doing? I don't know what the answer is, but it's certainly not his job. That's a dang it. That's a ref dang it that shouldn't have been a goal. Here's one that should have been. David Pastrnak. Why isn't this a goal?
Crosby, Letang, McCann, Zucker, Gensel, and Rust. Pastrnak steals, and just wide of the goal. A penalty coming up on the Penguins, and Pastrnak is appealing for an awarded goal because he was in alone behind the last defender, and the referee is empowered to award a goal.
58, 2 minutes for hooking.
Yeah, and Marchand's going to make that argument.
Tank just thinks he's got him beat clean. And that's a good stick by Pastrnak. And I'm with you, Jack.
If it's a penalty on Letang, Pastrnak has a clear view of the goal. That ought to be an awarded goal.
For those of you who are confused as to what you just saw one of the best goal scorers in the league, like over the last 2 or 3 years. One of the best goal scorers in the league. In the slot, with an empty net, getting hooked. It's a goal. And it's not for some reason. But at least the Bruins get the power play, so the game's over, right? They're up 6-4. They're going to win this one, right?
Gensel with Crosby. Dumoulin jumping up. Halak lets it get through his legs. A minute 15 to go, a shorthanded goal.
By just playing, 4 corners plus 1. Really in no hurry to attack.
Oh! So Sidney Crosby, shorthanded, scores for the Penguins. They're now within 1! But luckily, Brad Marchand scores, and you're not going to hear me say that very often, but luckily he scores to restore the 2-goal lead, and the Bruins end up winning this game. If the Penguins tie this game, that is a monumental dang it. Instead, it's just a dang it, and I continue to ask what we're even doing here. It's a tough job, we know. That's a dang it. And now, to get back to what we know, goalies trying to play the puck when they shouldn't. Here's Jonathan Quick.
Leonard over the red line. Dumps it in. Quick out to get it. Taken away in front, and the Sharks score. Bad exchange behind the nets. And it was left wide open for Dylan Gambrell.
On the dump in, when you see here with the Sharks, it's not like they have a lot of first man pressure, right? Jonathan just did not understand where the pressure was coming from. You want communication there, you want talking. Strand's a younger, newer defenseman. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Bottom line, it's Jonathan Quick's responsibility to at least keep it going around the boards.
He wasn't very quick to get back in his net, was he? Why are you booing? You can't boo me, I heard you. Goalies, they just try to help. Jonathan Quick, he's got 2 defenders. Hey, I'm just gonna play it. And you might say, well, one of his guys stops up a bit. Yeah, he shouldn't have passed there. And it's funny because these happen so often. Goalies are starting to give us heck. Like, hey, it's a defenseman's fault. It's a miscommunication. But even the broadcast team here is like, John, sorry to make a quick judgment. You see the name with the puns? That's a dang it. Look, we don't want to pick on goalies. Their team does let them down sometimes. Like, for example, I don't know, sometimes their own teammates steamroll them. Isn't that right there, TJ?
To send this puck deep inside the Washington end.
This could be a very...
Samsonov got clipped by TJ Oshie, and he is down on his back in the capital zone. And
For a little protocol here, there's TJ, and he just hits him right with his left shoulder, right in the head area. And he goes down right away, Brendan. So see if he can shake this off. But that's a pretty hard hit with the left shoulder out in the head area, and you can just again watch where we're going. He's trying to slide by him, and he just clips him.
Yeah, this is exactly the sort of play where this is why off the top I don't go, oh, these are all just bloopers. They're all just silly aw shucks. There's nothing aw shucks about this. TJ Oshie, this is a mundane, happens every game play where he's going behind the net, accidentally clips, and I mean clips, very little on Ilya Samsonov, gets him right in the head, and he goes down. You don't want to actually injure any player, especially your own teammate. TJ Oshie's got to be feeling sick after that one. It's just a mistake. It's just a pure fluke accident. Ugh, that's a dang it. This next one is another world of goalie hurt, and to be honest, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. Here's Adin Hill, and it shouldn't be hard to spot.
Now Zegras on the right side of his own, curls it down low. Great pass, Comtois to Carrick, and he can't slide it underneath Adin Hill.
Oh, what a stop by Adin Hill, and you know what? There was room there. Hill injured on the play. He looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're right. The action is when Carrick reaches in there and tries to dislodge the puck.
Could leave a mark.
And Adin Hill trying to skate it off right now.
Yep, that's what, Goalies wear 900 pounds and 18 layers of equipment, and they still get hurt. And this particular play, I cannot believe doesn't happen more often. There's a flurry in front. Hill thinks he's made the save, thinks he has it, and a guy like Sam Carrick goes to dig the puck out, and there's some collateral damage. He pokes him right in the business. And once the Coyotes realize what's happened, a big scrum ensues, and they stick up for their goalie. Just once, though, I want to hear them use this line, because it's not every day you get to stick up for your goalie and their last name is Hill. And I just want one guy in the Coyotes to use the line, "Is this the hill you want to die on?" Okay, fine. Maybe that play and that joke is a dang it. They're not all gonna work. I'm just trying. Our next dang it is truly unique. I'm gonna continue to play the game of can you spot it? Here's Jeff Skinner and the Buffalo Sabres.
For Panarin. Panarin to the blue line, missed it, and it's picked up, and now coming away to center is Skinner without a stick. Skinner tried to kick it off to the side to his teammate, and he couldn't get it there. Well, back come the Rangers, 2-on-1, in over the Buffalo line. A pass cut off the goal post. Rangers keeping it, another blast, and that one definitely is in the net. And the Rangers have tied it at 1.
Did you see it? I bet you saw it. A breakaway in the National Hockey League. It's one of the most exciting plays you can have, and it's also an extraordinarily rare opportunity for a lot of players, especially if you are a player on the Buffalo Sabres in this season. I know they've been doing better lately, calm down. But when you want a breakaway, generally speaking, you want a couple things. The puck, for sure, and a stick. Jeff Skinner has a breakaway with no stick, and you know what? He does about as good a job as you can do playing the puck with his feet. Unfortunately, that's the way it ends. And you might watch that and say to yourself, of course, this would only happen to the Buffalo Sabres. I've never seen this before. Not true. What other team can you imagine might this have happened to? I know you're thinking, and you've come up with the answer. Yes, it did indeed happen to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's Dominic Moore.
Turns. Pavel Demitra. Alex Edler's shot is blocked by Dominic Moore, but his stick exploded. He's got a breakaway without a stick. Blake joins him, stopped by Luongo.
And you know what? To be fair, he did a good job. For a guy with no stick, they still got a scoring chance off. I remember watching that, and I remember everyone saying, I've never seen that before, and we'll never see it again. You got the first one right, not the second. That is a twice-in-a-lifetime dang. And finally, enough time has passed that I forgot this actually happened in the past week, but it did. Here's Nathan MacKinnon introducing Conor Garland to his own helmet.
Gerard with his shot off the glove of Prosvetov. He was spread out. MacKinnon hit not once but twice by Garland, and McKinnon's red hot as he throws Garland down to the ice, and they get after it on the near side. Garland has him, tackles him down to the ice, penalty coming up. Landeskog gets in Garland's grill. He's smothered, MacKinnon and Garland go at it. From behind, MacKinnon is racked up. And the anger spilling over late in period 3 here at Ball Arena. Landeskog and Lyubushkin tied up. MacKinnon having a conversation with Fisher. You remember what happened to Christian Fisher last year, Peter?
Oh, yeah.
In the bubble, he got ragdolled by Nathan MacKinnon. They're still having a discussion. Perhaps he's asking if he'd like to go again, to do it again. And now they're separated. Happened.
Yeah, it gets a little hot and everything, Moj, but at the end here, I was wondering, why is MacKinnon getting tossed? Well, you'll see in a minute here. He and Garland are going at it. It's all well and good, but he threw his helmet at him. Now he didn't just haul off and fire it at him, but it's still something that.
So here you forgot this.
A throw that good can only be followed by da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The game is out of hand. It's 8-3 for the Avalanche over the Coyotes, and there's a scrum that ensues, and Nathan MacKinnon decides to go wee bowling with Conor Garland's helmet. Garland loses his helmet. Nathan MacKinnon goes, "Hey, wait a sec, I have your helmet. Take it back." Garland says, "Ow, who do you think you are?" And MacKinnon says, "Who do you think you are? I am!" There's not a lot of bowling specific references I can use, guys. Is it just me or is this an optical illusion? Like, if you only focus on Nathan MacKinnon, it looks like the helmet is being thrown slowly. If you look at Conor Garland, it looks like it's shot out of a cannon. Show it a couple times and focus on a different guy each time. Nathan MacKinnon, he just kind of lobs it at him, and here's Conor Garland is shot right out of a cannon. Now, Nathan MacKinnon was fined $5,000 for his trouble. He has a $6.3 million cap hit, so let's play that game. What would that fine be like for me? So here's how I do the math. $5,000 goes into $6.3 million 1,260 times. So basically, he was fined 1/1260th of his salary. So let's say you make $50,000 in a year. What is 1/1260th of that? Basically, a $5,000 fine for Nathan MacKinnon is the equivalent of someone who makes $50,000 a year being fined $39.68. And I know you're all dying to know, so I looked it up. The cost of an actual bowling ball is $65.38 plus shipping. So basically, Nathan MacKinnon, for throwing a helmet at Conor Garland like a bowling ball, was fined less than the cost of an actual bowling ball. That is why you watch for quality content like that. And math. I hope it's right. Might not be. Embrace it, because between the bowling ball throw and the breakaway without a stick, you're not going to see those dangits very often. But they are dangits nonetheless. So, what'd you think of this episode? Leave a comment in the comment box down below. Did we miss any? Did anyone else get a breakaway without a stick or throw a helmet like a bowling ball? Let us know. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Who do you think you are? I am!